Welcome to qnawire.
So in this question, we're told that the probability that a student has never taken a calculus course, so probability never taking calculus course is 55%. The probability that they've taken one semester of calculus is 32%, and the probability of having taken two or more is the rest. So that's 55 plus 32 is 87, so we have 13% remaining. Okay, so now part A. What's the probability that the first group mate you meet has studied the following? Well, the first group mate you meet, so first group mate is a random member of the population. So the probabilities associated with them are just the probabilities associated with a random person in the class. So what that means is that the probability that the first group mate has studied 2+ semesters of calculus is just going to be the probability that anyone has, which is 13%. Part B, what's the probability that they have studied some calculus? So the probability that the first has studied some is 1 minus the probability that the first has studied none. So that's 1 minus 55%, which is 45%. Part C, what's the probability that they've studied no more than one semester of calculus? So first, no more than one. That's going to be the probability that they've studied none plus the probability that they've studied one. So that is 55 plus 32 is 87%. So now you're again assigned to be part of a group of 3. What's the probability that of your other two group mates, what's the probability that neither of two have any calculus? Well, that's going to be the probability that they both have studied none, and if they're independently chosen from this class, that's just going to be 0.55 squared, which is 0.3025, so 30.25%. Part E, both have studied at least one semester of calculus, so probability that both have studied some. Well, that's the probability of studying some squared, and the probability of studying some is 45%, so that's 0.45 squared, and 0.45 squared is 20.25%. And part F, at least one has had more than one semester of calculus. So the probability that at least one has had more than one semester of calculus has 2+ is going to be 1 minus the probability that neither has 2+, which is 1 minus the probability of at most 1 squared. And the probability of having at most 1 is this probability that we calculated here, which is 87%. So it's 1 minus 0.87 squared, which is 24.31%.